Find out what's hot and what's not with Samantha Mann.
If you reckon you're a party animal, by now you should have bumped into me, Samantha Mann, and the rest of the CLUBAVISION team as we continue our safari around some of the funkiest clubs in the country. Tonight we turn up the winter heat with access all areas at Mezzanine in Wolverhampton. We go on to chat with Y Tribe, check CLUBAVISION's dance chart and round it off with a bit of euphoria at Crazy Daisies in Rugby.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Troy.
And I'm Ali from Y Tribe.
And you're watching CLUBAVISION, yeah.
Mezzanine is the latest venture from the legendary club promoter Charlie Chester. This massive venue is one of the hottest of hotspots in the Midlands. With a diverse music policy and a broad range of clubbers, the night's called Access All Areas, so we thought we'd find out just how far we can get.
Don't call me baby. You got some loving, baby, that'll never do. You know I don't belong to you. It's time you knew I'm not your baby. I belong to me, so don't call me baby. Behind my smile isn't my IQ. I must admit this does not sit with the likes of you. You're really sweet, you're really nice. But didn't mama ever tell you not to play with fire?
I'm joined in the Red Room by Charlie Chester, the promoter of Access All Areas. For people at home who have never been to Mezzanine, describe the club.
Quite big.
Yeah.
You've got the main room with the floor, so there's sound on 2 floors as such. This is the red room, then there's a blue room, which is alternative, whatever, not alternative sound, just might be house and garage one week and more techno the next week, and then there's the VIP room. So I think it's a little bit of a playground.
Which DJs work well here?
We don't really go with a music policy in the main room, but the customers or the people that come to the club, they want the biggest names DJs, so it might be a case of David Morales one week, and the following week it might be for someone like Carl Cox, who's harder. I think musically you can change it, and certain people you'll have a foundation of people that come week in week out, but then you'll have the other people that come in for the Pacific DJs. So they just want the big names, and then in the rooms you can muck about and get a little bit more tricky with the DJ lineups really.
As a promoter, do you think DJs at the moment are charging a bit too much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all my mates, but there's a lot of them that are probably worth every penny you pay them for how long they've been doing it, how much work they put into it, and what they can command as far as how busy it is, the exposure they give the club. It's no secret that some DJs might get £5,000, but we might put 3,000 people turn up to see them. So that's relevant, but I wonder about some of the DJs that just are coming through and then suddenly they go from one fee, I might be getting a bit controversial here, but they go from one fee to the next fee just because it becomes January the 1st for the next year, and you say, well hang on, why have you gone from 600 to 900? What am I getting more? Whereas other DJs, sometimes they just hit a note and they hit it right and their fee does go from £1,000 to 3,000, and it's fair play to them.
You've got some big plans for the new year, haven't you? Tell us about that.
Yeah, we're doing it with the Ministry of Sound. We've got the visual concept with all the screens that you've seen. We're going to do an ISDN link up with the Ministry with David Morales. We'll do that for an hour. There's going to be a lot of production put in, a very, very strong lineup, 14 DJs. And most important, I think, is that we've tried to be really, really, not clever, but thoughtful about what we're charging. I didn't want to get into that £110 thing. So the ticket price is £69.
We've got a couple of rumours now we need to clear up.
Cool.
What's this about you putting a meat cleaver in a DJ's record box and then sending him through the airport x-ray?
Yeah, it was in, I forgot all about that one. It was when we were doing a party in Isle of Man, and one of the DJs wasn't coming home till that night, and he was lying in bed just taking the mick out of us because we had to get up and get back to England. And just lo and behold, there was this meat cleaver waving at us. So to get back at him, and we done sellotape round the handle so you can't see fingerprints. I don't know where we got that one from. Stuck it in his bag and said, see you later, laughing at him. And when he went through the x-ray, it was like, can we have a word with you, sir? Of course, he didn't know what was in there, and had to explain himself away.
Did he get into trouble?
Yeah, he did a bit, but he tried to get us back. It didn't work.
And were you chased by an Italian helicopter after, should I say, borrowing a boat in Rimini?
We were supposed to be a bit of a boat party on a jetty that was just off Rimini, and it just sort of one thing led to another. We had the DJs on, and we just shot off across the Adriatic at like 10 in the morning. And then there was like one of these really 60s, like, remember that programme Flipper with a dolphin, and there was the big glass bubble helicopter with the floats on the bottom, and it was coming down behind us, pointing guns at us, saying turn round, and they chased us back to the beach. And then when we got to the beach, there was all these like French or Belgium old age pensioners on the beach in a circle doing all this workout stuff. And
Did you join in?
yeah, we did. Me, Andy Weber, and all these other people. It was bizarre, yeah.
Don't call me baby. You got some loving, baby, that'll never do. You know I don't belong to you.
CJ Mackintosh is in the house. You started off in hip hop and scratching. How did you move into house?
Well, I mean, I was always from a young age, I was into all sorts of music. Hip hop and scratching, that came from I was just messing around, found I could do it, and just took that advantage of the fact I could do it. And then I was still playing out, but when I used to play out, I used to play a mixture of stuff anyway. So then slowly moved into the house thing, and I still buy the hip hop and stuff, but I don't really play out in that scene no more.
In '87, you were the winner of the DMC UK Championships. How did that feel?
That felt great, you know, to be up there, and there was 8 other guys. It was a way in to the whole business. I mean, even back then it was hard. I mean, it's harder now to get into the business. So, as I say, I used scratching as a way in, and then moved on from there. So it definitely helped.
You played in New York as well, haven't you? Do you think that's important to inspire music?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played there for a while, but when I did, I played at Sound Factory Bar with Louis Vega, and I played at the Tunnel with Todd Terry. But when you go out there, you do get a vibe, and you do come back with something different, and hopefully get back out there soon. It's cool.
You're behind the track Pump Up the Volume by Mars. Do you think that helped that style of music become popular culture?
I think it helped more for the Rager, because it was one of the first sort of dance sampled records to actually, Rager 1 took it on, and they put it all on the Rager playlist and everything. So it helped dance music and for the Rager to become big.
You're known as a remixer as well as a DJ, so how does it feel to add a little bit of yourself to somebody else's track?
That's pretty cool. I mean, remixing started where it wasn't just taking everything else away and putting your own stuff. Before it was just adding something to it. Now it's become, here's the vocals, do a remix. So basically it's your own music with someone else's vocals. I mean, it's cool, but you know, I think sometimes it's gone a bit too far. But no, I enjoy doing it. I love it.
What inspires you to produce music?
Well, I listen to so many styles of music at home. You know, I really listen to house music at home. When I'm playing out, you know, if I'm getting my records ready, that's when I listen to it. But when I'm at home, I listen to, you know, indie stuff, hip hop, R&B. So I get inspired from all styles of music, even to like the old 70s grooves and everything. So, you know, I think it's good to take some, if I'm doing a garage record, or I'll take hip hop influence out of that and put it into that music, and vice versa. So,
Do you use your experiences playing in a club like this to produce music?
yeah, you get inspired from the crowd, their reactions. Again, you can take that into the studio and work on that. So when on your finished product, hopefully it's going to work in the clubs.
Are you going to start up your own production company soon?
Yeah, I mean, everyone keeps asking me over the last year, when am I doing this record, when am I doing this? And I mean, this year was different for me because I had a baby. It was only
I was going
7
to say congratulations.
Thank you. It was 7 weeks old, little baby Jacob, and Maria Hyatt. So this year was more, I concentrated on that, and next year I'm going to start definitely a label, start doing my own music. Without a doubt, I promise, I will. Promise.
Howdy, partner! Woo!
Everybody's just out to have a good time. I mean, I've been all over the country, the place is just buzzing.
What do you like about clubbing so much?
I love the dancing. Oh yeah, definitely. There's nothing better than dancing. Oh, it's so uplifting. It's just brilliant. You can't get any better. I love it.
What's the atmosphere like here?
Really buzzing, really up for it. Everyone's after a good laugh.
I reckon the Midlands is the business, I do.
I come from up the road in Wolverhampton.
Midlands is kicking it up. Warsaw.
Telford.
Who have been the best DJs here so far?
Kiddo, definitely. I love Kiddo.
Kiddo's doing it big at the minute.
I like Andy Farley and like Lisa Lashes and all those.
Guy Onager, Jeremy Healy.
I like Danny Rampton, really good. We heard him here once and it was absolutely brilliant, wicked.
Well, the best one I've seen so far was in Tall Trees up north. That was Pete Tong. Instead of giving everybody something back, let's put them where they are, driving around in the nice Beamers, the nice Caribas, whatever they're driving around in. Give something back to the people that put you there. Don't forget us.
Melvin.
Oh, up to Daisy.
What's your name?
Claire.
Steve.
Maria.
I'm Zara. Where else do you go out?
Nowhere really. Normally Sunday Central. I've been to Gatecrasher a couple of times, but it's pretty trancy there, and I'm not into all that.
God's Kitchen, Sunday Essential.
How important is clubbing to you?
100%. Every weekend, we're here. Clubbing every weekend. From Wednesday to Sunday, non-stop.
What about Christmas time? What are you going to do over Christmas?
Beg pardon?
What are you going to do over Christmas?
Christmas. Stay down here. Stay here. Stay here this year.
What do you do for the millennium?
We're coming here.
Here, every time.
You only just met him tonight, haven't you?
Yeah. No, I didn't
What do you think then?
Lovely.
You want to try wearing something a bit thinner?
I can't get out. Everything's revealing, man. I can't.
What do you like about clubbing the most?
The music. Music and the people.
Bye, Mezzanine! Terry Farley, everybody. How you doing, Terry?
I'm very well, thank you.
You were a gas fitter, weren't you, when you were younger?
I was a very bad gas fitter, yeah, very bad one.
Back in the 80s, a lot of the big house DJs were actually soul boys, weren't they? What were those days like?
I think everyone who come from the sort of shum, sort of boys' own spectrum scene, had all actually done their apprenticeship at the Nicky Holloway's Rockley Sands Soul Weekenders, and that's probably why now most of the people play sort of soulful garage, because that's their background, you know.
You was involved with setting up the Boys' Own fanzine. Tell us the idea behind that.
I don't know really. It was just sort of something we wanted to do at the time. I'm actually, after all these years, I've actually started doing a new fanzine now. It's coming out at Christmas called Faith, with some other people I've sort of bullied into doing it. I just thought at the time Boys' Own was needed because there was a lot of, it was all very sort of stuffy and boring, and everyone was very cosy with each other, which I think is exactly like it is now. Everyone's cosy and they're happy with the way things are, and we're not really.
You've remixed just about everybody. Do you enjoy remixing, or do you think it takes away from your own productions?
No, I mean, I really enjoy remixing. I think the major problem for people who remix records is actually finding a good song and a good singer. So if you pick your remixes well, you get the good song and the good singer. So, you know, they're a lot easier to do in your own productions, to be quite honest with you.
You're well known for your partnership with Pete Heller. How did you guys meet?
He was playing the guitar at Shum. He was playing a live guitar at Shum, and I was DJing with Andy Weatherall in a back room. And that's how we sort of hooked up.
Have you got any more productions in the pipeline as Farley and Heller?
He's taking it easy at the moment. I think he's sort of like living on his royalties a big love, and he's off to Bali. He's going to sit on the beach for the whole of the new year. I did a remix on my own of a French band, Rhinoceros, a couple of weeks ago, which was quite cool to do. So, you know, I just try and keep warm in the winter, I think.
You guys have mixed a late night session for Ministry.
Yeah.
What ideas go into that, and what thought goes into doing something like that?
I don't know. I mean, we don't really do many mixed CDs because it's not really our thing, but we had the chance of putting records on there that, to be honest with you, the majority of club kids maybe won't get to hear because they're not big, you know, Pete Tong records, or they're big Danny Rampling records, and they're just good records that deserve a hearing. So that was what made us want to do it.
You're one of the old timers in the club scene. How would you like to see the club scene going?
I just think that you know, people should be in touch with the roots of dance music, because once you lose the roots, you know, the tree starts to die.
Please like, tag, share and subscribe.
Up for it!
Oi!